We recognize the importance of maintaining strong bilateral relations and are committed to expanding them for the mutual benefits of our two nations and our two peoples. I join His Excellency President Museveni in appreciating the significant outcome of the second session of the Joint Ministerial Committee held from May 12 to May 14, 2024 in Kampala, Uganda, which culminated in the signing of 7 instruments of cooperation between our two countries. Consequently, we now have a memorandum of understanding to anchor cooperation between our foreign services institutions, which ensure knowledge exchange and harmonization of structures and content of diplomatic training. We also have MOUs on cooperation of public service and development, whose objective is to enhance service delivery by our two public service institutions. In addition to this, an MOU to facilitate cooperation in youth affairs has been signed, which enables us to optimize the capabilities of our youthful democratic groups by obliging the two countries to implement innovative national policies and programs relevant to young people. Contextualizing that particular MOU is our joint hosting of the Africa Cup of Nations later in 2027, that was jointly canvassed by the 3 East African countries, and the continued cooperation between our countries in sports. Further, the JMC witnessed the signing of an MOU on cooperation in sports, demonstrating the seriousness we both attach to sports promotion and development in the mobilization of investment that unlocks the potential of the sports sector. This instrument is even more timely as we lay the groundwork for jointly hosting the 2027 edition of the Africa Cup of Nations tournament. Additionally, we have an instrument to guide our strategic cooperation in education, training, and science, as well as MOU in small and medium-sized enterprises and gender equality and women's empowerment. As we have witnessed, the tripartite agreement on the importation and transit of refined petroleum products through Kenya to Uganda, whose signing we've just witnessed, enables Uganda National Oil Company Limited to import refined product commodities directly from producers in different jurisdictions, thus bringing to an end the challenges faced by the sector in Uganda. We will continuously provide support to make sure that this new agreement is implemented, is functioning, and is mutually beneficial. It is in our place as Kenya to support Uganda to achieve its aspirations when Kenya is called upon. We are confident that these instruments will consolidate our strong relations and anchor it on a transformative trajectory. As leaders, we are committed to implementing all our obligations in order to reap their full benefits. Let me also confirm that we have agreed in the joint communique that's going to be issued later on making sure that trade between our two countries is unimpeded, either by tariff or non-tariff barriers or levies that are arbitrarily levied. We've agreed that the common principle will be the full implementation of the EAC customs and other infrastructure that support trade between East African countries. All the issues around rice and juice and furniture and eggs and chicken and sugar and all the other issues are now resolved. We have also agreed that we will now explore jointly the extension of the pipeline from Eldoret to Kampala that will form the conversation in the next Joint Ministerial Committee. We have also agreed to synergize matters on environment to see how we can build our restoration of degraded wetlands and fragile ecosystems, including our water towers that is currently being undertaken in Kenya, including the planting of 15 billion trees, to see how that can be synergized with what is going, the environmental program that is going on in Uganda, understanding and realizing that climate change has no boundaries. President Museveni's visit underscores the enduring bonds of friendship and partnership for peace and development between Kenya and Uganda. As we continue on this journey of cooperation and solidarity, we have used today's visit to reaffirm our commitment to do even more together for the greater good of our nation, our region, and our continent. We have also agreed on the border issues that have been of concern to border communities, and shortly we will be visiting those regions with a view to bringing the communities together. I take this opportunity to assure Your Excellency of my personal support and commitment of the Republic of Kenya to work with you and the government of Uganda in furthering our bilateral agenda and mutual interest of our people. Finally, I wish you, Your Excellency, and the great people of Uganda, our best wishes for prosperity in Uganda and in our region.
We have lost 6 decades. And as you can see in Africa, we have got so many problems. The collapse of state authority in so many countries. This is not accidental. This is really, this was inevitable and it was predictable. But now, I can see that people are beginning to, a cluster of actors, including His Excellency, President Ruto, and other actors are beginning to see the way forward. And really the historical missions, according to we who have been in this for long, after many years, as a student movement, as a liberation movement, we detected those three historical missions. Historical mission number 1 is prosperity. How do you create prosperity for people? When we studied this, we discovered that you could not create prosperity through aid, that somebody else is aiding you, and you think you will create prosperity. And we discovered that you could not create prosperity by abstaining from the modern economy. Because part of the problem in countries like Uganda, which are endowed with a lot of natural resources, is that many people were outside the money economy. I was telling His Excellency that even as recently as 2013, 68% of the Ugandans were outside the money economy, in what they call subsistence economy. Just growing food, eating and drinking alcohol, no earning money. And the danger is that the richer the countries are in natural resources, like for instance, Congo, DRC, the richer it is in natural resources, the bigger the danger that one is of people just staying in the forest, eating honey and monkeys and so on. and they are not bothered. So, in our analysis, we said no. We must create prosperity in the modern way by everybody joining the money economy. And when you join the money economy, you produce a good or a service which you sell. And if you sell it persistently, you will get prosperity. Now, if that is the case, then it raised another question. Who buys what you produce? Do you have got enough buyers? This is how the question of the soko comes in. Nani atanunua bidhaa zako kwa wingi na kwa muda mrefu na kwa hakika? So that's why, therefore, the Africans, you can go and check, the Africans having slept from 1958, 1955, 1957, when Ghana got independence, 1980, when they met in the Lagos, what they call Lagos Plan of Action, they identified this. They said Africa needs to organize the market of Africa to integrate it. The fragmented market of Africa will not help us. That's how they evolved. In 1980, you can see almost more than 20 years since independence. This was the first time they started talking about the economic integration as a stimulus for creating prosperity. So therefore, when His Excellency invites me here and we meet here, and all these agreements we have agreed, they are consolidating that point of ensuring the prosperity of our people by assuring them of a reliable, big market